Hello, this is Antman29Able bringing you a video of the pack from Spec Ops, tactical, holes, everything backpack. Just showing you some of the outside of the pack. I was after another pack to use as a multi-purpose pack, and after researching and looking at various brands and different designs and styles, I realized there's seems to be three broad categories of backpacks in this size. There seems to be one for bushwalking, one as a commuter pack, and one as a travel pack, and each has its own particular features, but obviously there's some overlap between the three categories. For instance, a commuter pack quite often has a separate slot or pouch in here for putting your computer in, and we'll have some extra pockets in here for putting like a hard drive, external hard drive, charging cables and things like that. And a bushwalking pack tends to have other pouches on the outside for putting water bottles and things like that. And a travel pack is some different features again. But as I was looking around there and reviewing, Spec Ops came. I looked at some reviews by Spec Ops and various people. They've used quite a lot in the military setting, and people are very happy with the quality of the pack, what it can do. But some reviewers mentioned how they use it as a commuter pack, for an everyday pack, just slide their computer inside and some books and things, and away they go on the train or whatever. And even as a travel pack, because the size is the good size for as a carry-on bag on the aeroplane. I'll just briefly mention the dimensions. The pack is 19 inches high, 13 inches wide and 12 inches thick at the bottom. Bottom down here, tapering to 9 inches at the top. And I'll just show you the photo here, and shows how it tapers around the top of your shoulders. And I have noticed that when using it, the bag does tend to ride high like that and sits quite comfortably. So the way they've tapered and the shape of the pack, it seems to be a good design. The main compartment is 19 inches high, 13 inches wide and only 7 inches thick. The top pocket, referring the one at the back here, is 8 inches high, 10 inches wide and 2.5 inches thick. And the bottom pocket down here, 10 inches high, 12 inches wide and 3.5 inches thick, giving a cubic capacity of 2,550 cubic inches. I don't know what that is in litres, I never worked it out. So, quite a good size pack as a 3-day pack or bug-out bag or something like that. I've used it on a few short walks already with just a few kilos in there, maybe 10 to 15 pounds, and it carries quite well. It's very comfortable to use. I did have one slide it up to about 13 kilos, and you can notice that the bag's getting a little bit heavy, but carries the weight quite well with the use of these suspension straps and even the waist belt. The bags are quite good to carry. Just look at the some of the externals of the bag. The strap here, see how it's stitched in at an angle, comes down inside the bag here. Spec Ops refers to that as the T.H.E technology. So the straps come off at an angle, stitched down inside with this extra strap that's stitched into the top here. Goes right through the strap and stitched in there, which gives you great support for the strap coming into the back of the bag. Then come down the strap, the D-ring, which is what a packs have these days. Come to a slot here, and come down to your sternum strap, coming across. This sternum strap doesn't have any elastic or something built in, but I haven't found it to be a problem. Then a little loop here, another space, and down to their, referred to as their X system, which is a Spec Ops patented buckle. You can see, maybe able to see here, if I can focus, maybe not. Spec Ops brand. their actual branded buckle, which is not the same as the buckle on the sides. See that it's a different shape, different side. This is just referred to as Big Dog brand. Has a waist belt at the bottom, which is removable, but I found it's quite useful to have, especially if you're walking or maybe jogging, to hold the backpack steady on your back. The buckle has this extra loop in here, which just helps you slide it, adjust it up and down. Interestingly, the bottom strap comes into this tag here rather than going straight into the pack, and I assume that's to do with stress relief of the actual strap, that it doesn't stitch in here and pull away by spreading the weight load across this whole section here, if that's my assumption is correct. Down the sides here we have the molly, just 2 at the top and spreading out to 4 at the bottom. We have the slot at the top covered by a little bit of velcro, and the handle coming across here with extra support and a couple loops here. It says in the tag that come with it that this is double lined at the top. You see the lining here and here, so it gives you extra support that if you're carrying a heavy pack, the handle doesn't rip through the top of the bag. Pouch on the outside has molly and even some on the bottom for tying on a sleeping roll or something like that. As I mentioned, there's no actual organiser pouches inside here. Being a multifunction style pack, Spec Ops do produce some smaller pouches. Here's a mini pocket organiser pouch, which I'll show a video of in a moment, and I bought it because I had to pay postage anyway. So, and they also produce a larger organiser pouch which is designed to fit in here for carrying all the small items. Inside the main part of the pack is this mesh compartment here, which other reviewers have mentioned is quite a stiff mesh that you don't normally see on packs. And there's the label, it's zipped, and like some other Spec Ops products, has this yellow lining, and there's a slot in the back where the rubber backing goes, and you can get a plastic backing plate that goes in here to help stiffen up the back as if you're carrying heavier loads apparently. Some people say you can put your water bladder in there, which is not really designed for it I don't think, but would seem to work if some people, if that's what they're doing. Then the hose comes out the side. You just notice this is in foliage green colour, but actually it's more of a grey rather than green, as you can see. And on the tag it has this here, which says colour shade infrared certified, if that's showing up in the camera. So I assume that's something to do with you using an infrared light. If you're infrared goggles, you can see the bag would be glowing slightly. Quite happy with the bag, particularly at the price. If you get it at the sale price, $99. It's very good quality for the price. As a multi-purpose, multi-function bag, it's well worth considering. This is Ant-Man 29 Abel. Thanks for watching.